Hey Pilates Party people, welcome to my channel or welcome back to my channel. My name is Caroline, I'm a certified Pilates and yoga instructor here in Christchurch, New Zealand. Today we have a full body mat workout. We do have those weights today, so there is a little bit of a strength element to our practice. So let's get this party started. We'll start on our backs today. So melting down onto your spine. Whew, it's nice and chilly this morning in Christchurch, New Zealand. Let me know where you are in the world and if it's warm or cold today. Heel toe those feet out to either side of the mat. Those arms are in a cactus if you're in an apartment, and like me, it is quite a small apartment. Or arms can reach out to the side in a T. Exhale, nod the knees down to one side, feeling that decompression through the lower spine. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, over to the other side. Also noticing that the back of the hips get a little bit of a massage here. The shoulders are weighing heavy down onto the mat below. And you're just cartwheeling those knees from one side to another. Feeling that internal and external rotation through the hips, the hip joint. One more time onto either side. And as you equal out the sides here, draw the legs back, heel toe them back to hip width distance apart, and let's grab a hold of just one weight. One weight between both hands over the chest, plug those shoulders in, and as you exhale, slowly draw the lower spine to the mat. Imagine there's an air bubble just under the lower spine. We're just gonna squish that air bubble, leaving no room for air, walking those feet just under the knees, nice and close to the sit bones. We'll start with a chest lift, and as you exhale, lifting up into that chest lift, rounding through the upper back, reaching that way towards the top of the knees. Inhale, we slowly melt back down. Keep the lower spine attached to the mat behind you. Exhale, slowly lifting up. Inhale, slowly melting down. Keep that reach of the arms, lifting all the way to the lower part of the shoulder blade and melting back down. Last two here. Last one. Nice and controlled, reaching forward. This time as you lift up into that chest lift, prepare to stay. So maybe reducing that reach or reaching those fingertips a little higher. Reach 2 inches forward and 2 inches back. Reach with the chest plate or that sternum. The heart reaches towards the tops of the knees for 6. The last 5. Staying strong for 4. 3. 2. And 1. Slowly melt it down. Whew. Now we'll take one weight in either hand. And from here, we have an exhale to reach both hands onto either side of the knees, lifting that left leg or that right leg to tabletop and slowly melting it back down, melting all the way to the earth. So that's that exhale, reaching one leg to tabletop, drawing back. Now, if this is proving a little bit too much for the head, neck, and shoulders, that is a-okay. Option to leave the head, neck, and shoulders down or take one hand behind the head to give a little bit more support. Wherever you are, we're here for 4. Reach those fingertips if they're reaching. Last one on either side. We got this. This time we reach onto either side, lift the head, the neck, the shoulders, the chest draws towards the knees, and the knees draw towards the chest. Find your way into tabletop position. Knees zip up together, ankles zip up together, and we start to pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands behind the thighs, stay in that chest lift, press the thighs away. Rock and roll all the way up into that seated position. All right, punch those arms out in front of you. Exhale, rock off the sit bones. Start to find a C curve through that spine. Elbow draws back, one or the other. Follow that elbow towards the back line of the mat. Draw it back to center. Roll those shoulders over the hips. Sitting up nice and tall, reset, recenter. Inhale, exhale, we rock off the sit bones. Other side, follow that elbow. Back to center. Roll those shoulders over the hips. Reach up and drape down. At the top, inhale, exhale. Exhale, roll up. Inhale, reach. Last one on either side. This time we'll roll down. Palms will flip down with or without those weights. Keep the chest nice and proud. Keep the lowest rib low. Reach those arms overhead and draw them back down. Let's do it. Whoo. 3, 2, 1. Oh my goodness, roll back up. Whew. Take those hands together and we're gonna punch up to the ceiling. Elbows out wide, spine is nice and long. You can even walk those legs a little bit further away from you if you're starting to round through the lower spine. We wanna stay lifted. So reaching up through the crown of the head, we're pausing here. As you exhale, we'll roll down into that C curve. Pause here. Pause for those 2 breaths. Hug the lowest rib towards the spine. Almost round a little bit more through the lower back. And then keep the elbows wide. As you exhale, left elbow or right elbow draws down towards the mat. Back to center. Down towards the right or the left. Alternating sides. Last 3 on either side. Elbows stay wide, heart stays open. We feel this rotation through the upper back, mid-spine. Last one on either side. Try to keep those knees facing towards the ceiling and then roll all the way back to that starting position. Hoo-wee. Let's keep those weights in hand if we would like. Rolling all the way back down towards the spine, coming into our bridging series. Arms reach up to the sky. Palms facing in, walk those heels just under the knees, close to the glutes, lifting the upper back just to slide those shoulders under. Take a nice inhale here, breathing through the length of the spine. As you exhale, scoop the tail, imprint the lower spine, start to lift the pelvis and articulate 1 vertebrae at a time into that bridge. The shoulders stay heavy like a kickstand. The back of the head is nice and heavy. Take a nice inhale here. Exhale, melt back down. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale, slowly scoop the tail, imprint the lower spine. Start to stack that spine, arcing the top of the knees to where the ceiling meets the wall in front of you. Inhale. Exhale. Feeling that rib-hip connection at the top. Exhale. This time we're aware of it. So instead of lifting those rib cages, dropping them down towards the front of the hips. 1 straight line from the tops of the shoulders to the tops of those knees. Exhale, melting back down. This time, we're gonna leave that articulation in the dust. So keep those spines nice and long, shoulders nice and heavy, heels are grounded into the mat. Palms are going to flip towards the knees. And as you exhale, send the pelvis up, hip hinge, drive those elbows down to the side. Punch right back up. Exhale. Inhale. Keep that rib hip connection, elbows drive. Pelvis lifts up, engage the glutes. Last 8, press through the soles of the feet. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Use that breath. Last 2. And 1. Lifting back up with the arms, settle the hips down. As you exhale from here, we lift those hips up, elbows draw down, pause. Pausing here, shoulders become a little heavier, elbows become a little heavier, but they're still hovering over that mat. A little bit of time under that tension. Rib hip connection, press through the soles of the feet, big toe mound, pinky edge, and that heel, that tripod on either side of the foot. On either foot, on either side. Last breath. Drive those arms all the way up. Stay in that bridge, just the arms. Draw down. Send them up. Send them down. Send them up. Last 4. Last 2. Last 1. Pausing here. Flip the palms to face in. And then from here, pressing into the soles of the feet. Keep those hips nice and square. You can even take those hands onto the front of the hips if you want a little extra feedback, or keep those arms reaching up. Send all the way into the left foot. Lift that right leg up. Stamp the toes back down and tip the hips down. Lifting up. Lift the right leg. Stamp just the toes and the hips land. 3. Last 2. Last 1. Stamp the whole right foot back down. Roll onto the left tippy toes. We know what we're doing here. Lifting up. Tap just the toes and stamp down. Take a look down. Make sure that those hips are nice and square. Maybe hiking that left hip up just slightly to align with the right. Keeping that rib hip connection. Last 2. Last 1. And well done. Take those weights with you. Take the hands behind the thighs, lifting the head, neck, and shoulders. Press those thighs away. Try not to use momentum, but momentum is always there. Rolling all the way over onto an all fours situation into your tabletop. Option here, if you have weights like I do, you can keep the weights under your hand. Otherwise, just roll them into the center here. Between those hands or under the hands. We'll take a few rounds of cat and cow. Make sure those knees are stacked under the hips. Shoulders and wrists are in alignment. Inhale, open and shine the heart through the shoulders, tipping the hips up to the sky. As you exhale, round like an angry cat. Scoop the tail, lift the mid-spine, nod the chin to the chest. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale. Last breath here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, find your way back to a neutral spine, reaching the crown of the head forward, the tail all the way back. As you exhale here, staying nice and still, but draw the lowest rib towards the spine. You'll notice a natural doming in the upper back. We'll keep that there. As you exhale from here, take a weight into the left hand. If the weights are not already in your hands, take the weight into your left hand. Kick the left hand back. Pausing here, elbow stays tight towards the torso. Fold from the forearm, and then kick it back. Inhale. Now let's do a little check-in as we keep hinging from that elbow. And imagine there's a coffee cup on the back of that elbow, on the top of the arm. We can't let ourselves even spill a drop. So the shoulders are square, the hips are square. That lowest rib is nice and hugged towards the spine. We're reaching through the crown of the head a little bit more, the tops of the ears. Last 2. Last 1, we kick it back. Pausing here, take that right leg, tuck the toes, so opposite arm and opposite leg. Now we're going to fold all the way down with the left hand and kick it all the way up. Shoulders are still nice and square, so are those hips, even rolling that right hip down to align with the left. Last 2. Last one. I think you know where we're going from here. This time as we kick that left arm back, that right leg reaches behind, not technically up towards the sky anymore, but we reach it behind, almost kicking sand behind us with those toes. Flick that sand. 4, 3, 2, pause here. From here, we'll draw just the arm down, flex through that right foot, kick it up. Hips are still nice and square, donkey pulses. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Draw it down. To the other side we go. So if you have those weights, if they're not like my weights, you can always have the hands on the mat, fists if the wrists have had enough. Otherwise, taking those weights just under the shoulders. A weight is in the right hand now, so if you don't have those weights in hand already, right hand now, we're getting to it. So we're gonna kick it back. Fold at the elbow and kick it back. Noticing here if those shoulders are nice and square, adjusting in any way that you need to. Imagine that coffee cup. This time it's on the top of the right elbow. We don't want to spill it, but we want to kick that pinky up every time. Feel that tricep or the top of the arm. Feel that muscle definition there. Every time you kick it up for 2 more. Last one. Draw it all the way down. Whew. All right, readjust, shake it out, and then we'll kick it back. Pause here. Reach that left leg out nice and long. Roll the left hip to align with the right. Shoulders are aligned. And as you exhale, feel that lowest rib. This time, we draw it down and up. Last 2. Last one. And I know it's the second side, so we actually have 4 more to go, but take a moment, shake it out, make sure it feels comfy on that standing hand, and let's get right back to it for the last 4. For 3, 2, and 1. This time, we kick it back, flick that sand, and tap it down. 5, 2, 1. Pause here. Draw that right hand down, flex that left foot, and kick it up, little donkey kick style. Roll that left hip down to align with the right, hug the lowest rib, keep reaching through the crown of the head, keep pressing through the hands, the fists, wherever you have on the mat. Here you can even put your forearms down. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whoo-wee. Come into a nice low kneel here. We're gonna roll those shoulders up, back, and down. And we're gonna take those hands together in front, reaching them all the way to shoulder height. Elbows are gonna click together. So notice that I'm not opening through the spine, neither are you. You're dropping that lowest rib towards the spine, keeping the core nice and engaged. Collarbones are smiling, so the heart is nice and open. And the elbows are going to try to attach to one another. If they don't, that is a-okay. Those hands can lace together. Little pulses up and down. Last 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, mean Pilates counts. Last 2, and 1. Pause where those elbows and the shoulders are in alignment. Now we're gonna open out to the side into a nice cactus. Elbows are gonna be reaching. Shoulder blades are going to be touching the back, hugging towards that midline or the spine. And as you exhale, drop that lowest rib. Knit the 2 sides of the ribs together towards the midline. That's what we wanna feel. We're just holding here, that static hold. Whew, it is no joke. I'm right here with you. We're here for 4, 3, 2. And as you exhale, hug the lowest rib down, reach the arms all the way up. Inhale, draw back to center. As you slide those arms up, the ribs want to feel that sensation of drawing down, almost towards the front of the hips. We're here for 3. Last 2. Last 1. Big circle sweep all the way out. Reach those fingertips all the way down to the hips. Oh my goodness, shake out those shoulders. We are almost done and dusted. So let's finish it off here by rolling those shoulders up, back, and down, holding onto those weights. Come up into a high kneel. So those knees are hip width distance apart. We're engaged the glutes. And of course, the ribs are knit and the lowest rib is drawing down. We're gonna feel a nice hover and hinge. So hinge from the hips. Keep the spine nice and long. Bicep curl, hover over those heels. Drawing all the way up, arms draped towards the side, engage the glutes. Drawing down. Inhale. Exhale. 3. 2. And 1. Reach it up, come into that bicep curl, and rest it down. Elbows are gonna stay super glued towards the torso. The shoulders are gonna be nice and soft. Collarbones are gonna be smiling to either side of the room. 3, 2, and 1. Find that hinge once again. Drop those sit bones towards the heels. Feel a sense of widening through the sit bones to either side of the room. Arms draped down in front of you. Keep the torso nice and long. Keep reaching through the crown of the head. So from the tail all the way between the heels is going to be one straight line. We're not going to move the torso, but we're going to exhale, reach that right or left arm out. Hug the shoulder blade. Draw it back to center. Chest is always going to be pointing towards the bottom here or towards that mat. Side to side. Only those arms are rocking side to side. The torso staying right at center. Keeping that lowest rib, hugging in every exhale. Last one. Let's do it double arms. Sometimes I find this easier. Hug those shoulder blades in the back. Draw it down. Hug those shoulder blades in. Whew. How about you? Do you find this easier or a little harder? Both arms. Definitely has some hard elements to it. But I find it really hard to control the torso with just one arm and that weight sweeping out to the side. Last one here, I promise. We're gonna reach it out, pause. Fold the arms at 90, hinge back up to center, and punch it up. 90, hinge back down, reach it out, center, and up. 90, reach, 90, and up. Engage the glutes. Last two. Last one. Punch up, pause here. Big circle sweep, victory sweep, all the way down, reaching through those fingertips, roll out those shoulders. No throwing those weights, but just take them off to the side. Settle into those sit bones. Drop those sit bones down to the heels. If this feels nice, you can stay in a nice low kneel or crisscross or sweep those legs in front. Inhale, reach those arms up overhead. We're gonna take that left arm over. Right hand is going to cross over the left elbow and the other side as well if it feels good. Inhale, reach to the crown of the head. Exhale, tip it over to the side. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, over to the other side. One more time. All right, reach it down. To the other side we go. So this time it's the right arm and then the left, crossing over. Hands onto either opposite elbow. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. I know I said it was a chilly day. One more time onto either side. this morning here in Christchurch, but whew, I'm all warmed up. All right, team, let me know how you felt in this practice, how you did, how it felt having that extra little bit of strength training in our Pilates practice with those weights. I love to see it, and I love to hear from you. So let me know how you did, how you liked it, and what you would like to see on this channel. I'll see you next time. Bye.